Hello guys, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and hit that little bell right there so that you can get notifications every time I upload a video. Okay? Enjoy. Hello, what is up you guys? This is Andy Matrix from Andy Arts TV, and today we got some juicy news from those of you who were pessimistic about the future of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I got some pretty cool news. So here I am at vh247.com, and here we got some news about Final Fantasy VII Remake. It says it will continue as the story always has. You know something? I have the feeling that Square Enix were not planning on continuing from the regular story because they wanted to experiment with future technologies such as the PlayStation 5 and what they could do with it and so and so. But let's read on. It says, Final Fantasy VII Remake producer Yoshinori Kitase said that the next part of this Final Fantasy VII story will continue as Final Fantasy VII always has. The quote comes from Final Fantasy VII Remake Ultimania book and was translated from the original Japanese by Twitter user who goes by the name Aitai Kimochi. Aitai Kimochi, I guess they translated his or her tweet. Okay, we're not drastically changing the story and making it into something completely different than the original, Kitase said in the Ultimate Mania book. Even though it's a remake, please assume the theory of Final Fantasy VII will continue as Final Fantasy VII always has. The next tweet clarifies that Kitase explicitly ended the sentence with "from here on out," meaning that he was specifically talking about future parts of the Final Fantasy VII remake and was in no way referring to the already released inaugural section. So basically, yeah, they're gonna continue with the next parts of the remake because it's gonna be episodic. Some people bought the game thinking that it's going to be a complete game from beginning to the end, and it was never advertised. It was never ever advertised as a complete game, because even Square Enix said on the E3 announcement and all that it's going to be an installment. It's going to come in parts because it has so much data that they can't fit the whole story in the PlayStation 4. This game alone has about 85 or almost 100 gigabytes altogether. If you don't include the DLC, almost 100 gigabytes. So you got to cut them some slack for doing an episodic. Instead, it says this isn't the only information that the Final Fantasy VII Remake Ultimania book has given. Earlier today, we reported that Final Fantasy director Tetsuya Nomura, the man, as well as Kitase, confirmed plans to launch future sections of Final Fantasy VII Remake in smaller, more detailed chunks in order to speed up the development process. So I'm guessing they're going to just release in DLC, downloadable content, and I think the reason why they're doing that is because of the backlash. Because honestly, I love the remake, but I didn't like the ending. When I played the ending, I was like, yo, is this Kingdom Hearts? Like it turned into Kingdom Hearts all of a sudden. Because Square Enix, Square, they decided to go with the Harry Potter Dementors. Okay, the Harry Potter Dementors that were supposed to change the fate of Cloud and the team from what they were supposed to do in the future. But then at the end, you fight them, and they basically defy the future, and which then basically leaves it open so that Square Enix can do whatever they want with the story. But now they're like, you know what? Nope. Let's go back to what everybody wants. We're gonna stick to the original story, and that's what we're gonna do. Now, in the remake, they did expand the story to explain the Midgar. The part of Midgar, but they did extend the story. But the problem is, but excuse me, no, that wasn't the problem. They expanded the story, but it was really well done. The story in how Cloud and the team move throughout the slums, the little missions you have to do in the slums. It shows you the life of people living in the slums, and it's done perfectly. There's pretty much no complaints about it. In other words, it's really no complaints about it. It's great. It's amazing, and I mean, everything about the game was just incredibly done, right? There's, people have little to no complaint about it. And, excuse me. There aren't a lot of people that are really like, complaining about it. The real complaint about the remake is just the ending. And I think Square Enix probably saw that and said, okay, nobody likes the ending. People think we're going to change up the story, which they shouldn't. They really fucking shouldn't. So now they're saying, all right, it's gonna be, just the original, guys. Anyways, now he goes on to say, depends on how many parts the overall story will be. Nomura said, if we divide the story into larger parts, it'll take longer to make. If we divide it into more detailed, smaller sections, then development will be faster. I hope to release the next one as soon as possible. Now, obviously, we're not going to be waiting 5 years, 10 years. Most likely, we're going to be waiting 2-3 years. So right now it's 2020. So by 2023, they're going to release the next part, right? If you haven't managed to get your hands on okay, so this is the end of the article. I'm sorry, guys. So this is the words of Square Enix in this interview, right? I guess this Itaikimochi is one of their employees working at Square Enix. So, yeah, I mean, that is it for Square Enix news. So, whew. I mean, if you were, this is one of the things that people are afraid of, just the changing story, because the original is just so good. We wouldn't want to see the new one ruined. And in the remake, they stay true to the story. Now, if they in the next installment, if they want to expand the story, they may do so. If they want to add a few new characters here and there, they may do so. But stay true to the original story. Following Sephiroth, moving around the world map, which I can't wait to see how they do that. And yeah, I mean, I have a pretty good feeling about this, guys. So that is it for this video. This is Andy Matrix. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment below. Tell us what you think. I mean, what do you think about this news, honestly? Also, check out the blog below, andyrtv.com, where I blog about anime, fantasy and sci-fi movies, RPG video games, nerd culture. I'm going to be having technology articles and maybe cosplay articles. Who knows? So don't forget to subscribe and see you guys later. Peace.